Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you are listening to this. All right, this is Coffee with Kevin. Yet another week with Coffee with Kevin, and I am Kevin, and this is my coffee. Mm, I hope you have a good drink like this in your hands now. A nice hot cup of coffee, or maybe a hot cup of tea, or ice water, juice, smoothie, whatever it is you're having. Okay, today my cup is Duran, Beam, and Farewell. Not really. There we go. You got a little bit to see that. Yep. My good friend Kelly Wagner had given this to me at a meeting, and this is the firm in Pasco County that she works at. It's a law firm. So I'm giving you a shout out, Kelly Wagner, for Duran, Beam, and Farewell. And hey, how is everyone today? Today is September 23rd. Can you believe it? We are at the back end of the year now. We are at the back end of the year. The first day of fall was yesterday. Once in a while, it's on today. I know a little bit about today. I do know a little bit about today, September 23rd. Love the balloons, love the color. Because today is a special day. Let's see what we have today in history. Let's see what we have today in history. Let's see on this day in film, one of my favorite shows, The Jetsons, started on this day in 1962. Yes, yes, that was one of my favorite cartoons. It's a good song, good entry song and everything, and a good way of the future. We're not there yet. We're not flying around in cars. However, I know that there are these large sized drones that are being used for kind of taxis right now, and it's going to be only a matter of time before they're autonomous. Like the autonomous cars we have out in several cities in the country right now, the autonomous taxis that are out there. The future is coming. It's just not there yet. Now, I just heard this morning that was in 2062, supposedly. So we still have, another 40, less than 40 years to get there where we're flying around in all these kind of cars and have robots in our house. So they have humanoid robots playing soccer now and doing all sorts of things and doing house chores. So we're not far from that as well. So the Jetsons coming to us. The Jetson is coming to us. Now, why the balloons? Why do I know this day so well? Because it's my birthday today. It's my birthday. Good morning. Who do we got joining us today? It's Brenda. Good morning, my sweet wife. Yes. And she wished me a happy birthday this morning already. I share birthday with Johnny Coltrane, a great jazz musician. Ray Charles, another great musician. And who else do I share? Bruce Springsteen. It's a musician's day. I should have been a musician born on this day. And I think that's all who I know of. And that's great. That's great. You also share, oh, yes, yes. Um, Deb Yappy, hi. And thank you for the happy birthday. And yes, I also share a birthday with a good friend of mine, Tom Nicoli. Used to go to his house for his birthday parties, and he'd have a big party. He'd have a band, and he was part of that band. It was his band, and a lot of musicians, and an outdoor pool, and we'd have an all-day party. And I used to say, "Thank you for having this party for my birthday. It's so nice of you to let me have this party." And Tom Nicoli's son, Jesse, as well. Tom Nicoli, this person I'm talking about, is a hypnotherapist, like myself, a coach, and he's also the creator of World Hypnosis Day, which is January 4th. And yeah, those parties were great. Deb, I remember you and Marty were there, had a lot of fun. So September 23rd is a fun day for not just for me, but for a lot of people. It's a wonderful, wonderful day. Uh, as far as a national day, well, National Snack Stick Day, National Teal Chat Day. I'm not so sure, but National Pot Pie Day. So if you're cooking today, I already know what Brenda's cooking me today, so it's not going to be a pot pie. Little similar to pie crust. But if you're cooking today, it's National Pot Pie Day. Matter of fact, Deb, you might want to tell Marty what day it is. Maybe that's going to be for dinner. All right. So it's September 23rd, a wonderful, wonderful day. It is on the cusp of Virgo and Libra. Some years I'm a Virgo, some years I'm a Libra. Never understood that. I always thought it was just the way the different prints, the different people who have astrology uh, articles or columns in the newspapers. Newspapers, yes. I always thought that was the issue, but I guess it's depends on the year. And it's pretty cool. So I get to change my sign every once in a while. Don't ask me what it is this year. All right. Oh yes, your dad's favorite saint. That I'm not. Oh, it's a feast of Padre Pio. Yes, Deb. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And it's actually one of the saints that I like a lot too, Padre Pio. Very interesting, interesting saint. Very interesting man. All right. Well, what is our subject today? Pages ahead are blank. You get to decide what comes next. I know. I just realized that that's been scrolling. The pages ahead are blank. You get to decide what's next. Our subject is that your story isn't finished yet. Your story isn't finished yet. An interesting philosophy, an interesting statement talking about our stories. And some people live their life like, oh, okay, I've accomplished what I've accomplished, and that's it. I don't need to do it anymore. I don't need to think about anything anymore. We always have blank pages in front of us. We need to figure out what it's going to be. And the thing is, it can be anything. We can go for anything. We can finish our story any way we want. And our story is never finished until we are. And sometimes that's if you've lived an incredible life and you left a legacy, your story is never going to be finished. So let's leave it like that. Our story is never going to be finished. All right. I'm reading a note from Deb, and I'll do that. Unfortunately, I don't know the time. I don't remember. I would think I was told that one time the time I was born, and unfortunately, I don't. I think my mother told me once or twice that it was a long pregnancy, and maybe it was in the middle of the night or early morning hours. But yeah, so our story's never finished. We talk about next chapter, and it's always going to be a next chapter. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? When I talk about beginnings, I'm always telling my students and my audience that there's a chance for a new beginning every day. Every day you wake up, it can be a new beginning. It doesn't have to be a repeat. Matter of fact, it never has to be a repeat of yesterday. If you don't like what happened yesterday, if you don't like what happened in the past, every day is a new beginning. The pages are blank. You write your story. And maybe that's what this should be about is you are writing your story. All right. Your story's not over. The best chapters are still being written. Matter of fact, yes. Every day being a new beginning, the best chapters are being written. And you might say, well, how do I know they're going to be best chapters? Because you have control. The problem is most of us think we don't have control, so we don't try. You think about what you want. You think about how you want. It's not so much the goals. It's not so much the material things. It's the feelings. It's the way we want to live. If the way you want to live didn't happen yesterday, make it happen today. It is in your control. You start thinking that way, start planning what you want to do to make it that way. And you're going to say, well, Kevin, I have no control over the outside, what's happening. I can't control what's happening, and it's affecting me a lot. Well, you're right. We don't have control over other people. We don't have control over events, most of the events. But we do have control over how we react to everyone and everything. And when our reactions start to change and align with what we want or who we want to be, then our chapter changes, our story starts to change in the direction that we want. Don't close the book when bad things happen. Turn the page and keep going. Your story isn't over. See, we think we have adversity and we always think, this is it. This is terrible. My life's crap. How many of us have been to that point when in adversity and you think this is the end? All of us. All of us. Life is life, and it's going to be adversities. It's going to be problems. It's going to be tragedy. Yet we keep on going. Yet we keep on going. Your story isn't over. You turn the page. Start anew. Start a new chapter. Start a new beginning. Your current circumstances don't determine where you go. They merely determine where you start. Again, new beginning, new chapter. I love these quotes. They really reinforce the idea. Your current circumstances, and a lot of us are in current circumstances maybe we don't like, we're really not happy with, or we're really, really disappointed or even sad and depressed with our current circumstances. They don't determine where you go. They're a symbol where you've been, but they don't determine where you go. They merely determine where you start. Was the old phrase, I'm at the bottom, there's nowhere to go except up, right? So sometimes that's what we call in my business a reframe. A reframe. If you think you've hit rock bottom, think of it. The next chapter is going to be going up because you're on the bottom. Sometimes just little reframes like that help us make a shift in our mind. And it is all about a shift in our mind, because where we are in life is determined by how we're perceiving our circumstances. And all we do is make a little shift and we perceive our circumstances a little differently. And all of a sudden, our life can be different. Our life can change. So sometimes it just takes looking at life from a different angle. That's called a reframe. Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know how Mark Twain got there. I think he was there from the last quote. Every next level of your life will demand a different version of you. This is a little bit more active of a quote, because it's not telling us some wisdom. It's telling us what we do. So every next level of your life will demand a different version of you. Again, a new beginning, a new chapter. And you can have that different version of you. It starts with thinking differently. It starts at looking at things differently. And you can do it. You certainly can do it. This has been a great topic. My story is not finished. My story is ever evolving, new chapters, new chapters. Now, sometimes it's not the greatest story because sometimes it looks like they're disconnected. It looks like, hey, I've been doing this and I want to now do that, and or I'm going to do this differently. And sometimes it's like, okay, that's because I choose it that way. I choose it that way. I've got my birthday. It's a whole new chapter in my life. Some of the things I've been working towards all my life are still there. And some of the things are new that I'm working towards. Some of the things are repeats. Some things that I tried working towards before, and I'm back doing it again, but I'm doing it differently. I'm doing it with different thoughts and different outlook. So the new chapter could be anything, but it demands something new of you. It demands something new of you, a new way to think, a new way to look at things, a new way to act. I want to hear about your chapter, your next chapter. And I want to hear about your revelation that your story is not finished. And until next week, this has been Coffee with Kevin, and I'm enjoying this coffee this morning. Mm. Yes, yes, indeed. It is wonderful coffee, and it is just an incredible day. It's an incredible time in my life, and hopefully you can see it's an incredible time in your life as well. Thank you, Deb, for being here. Thank you, Brent, for being here. And until next week, have a phenomenal day. Have a phenomenal week. And you know it already. It's not because I'm wishing you that, but it's because you can make it that for yourself. Take care, all. Bye bye.